Double check. Hey everybody, Mighty Man Handyman here. It's evening in Grand Junction. It's Friday night. And hold on, the light is not on.
Oh,
the light's
the light
is
the
backwards.
wrong way.
1 second while I get some
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. There we go. Can you see me now? Okay. Anyway, so we had a question from somebody on Facebook, Tori. She messaged us, and she said, "How can I tell what's a load-bearing wall in my house?" Well, it's actually kind of complicated, but I'm going to break it down so that you kind of know which walls may or may not be load-bearing, and so you can kind of figure out, and for everybody's trying to remodel their houses and things like that, it's kind of important to go, hey, this wall probably is a load-bearing wall, or potentially could be, and we probably can't take this wall out, you know, so let's try to work around that. So let's start with what's a load-bearing wall. Well, let me use some books here, my favorite author. Typically, you have your exterior walls. If you have a house like mine right here, which is basically a giant, nice rectangle, real easy to understand. The roof line goes like this. I'm going to stand like this. I'm pretty much in the center of the house. The roof line is like this. The two outer walls that the roof lands on, like that, are definitely the load-bearing exterior walls. Actually, the wall at this end and the wall at that end of the house, where the roof, the gable ends is what they'd be called, will not be load-bearing, because the roof is sitting this way. So technically this wall on the outside of your house is not. You could push that wall out. Now, there are circumstances where it can be holding up part of the roof, but most often it's not. You can knock that wall out and extend your house and keep going that direction, no problem. Or that way. So, most houses will have your exterior wall, and depending on your design of your house, let's say this is your ceiling. Oh, I gotta make my house narrower. You're gonna have that's your problem.
Your roof just fell in.
Yeah. So you're gonna have a center wall on there, and that's a load-bearing wall. So if your house is like this, I got this just like my house is running. Any wall basically running this direction, front to back, is most likely not a load-bearing wall. So like in my house, this wall is not a load-bearing wall. The wall behind the kitchen there is not a load-bearing wall.
I'll move back so you can see.
Yeah. Yeah. The wall that
This wall.
divides that room and that room down there that runs this way is not a load-bearing wall. Okay, now, here's where it gets fun. Now, I'm going to talk mainly just a one-story home on a foundation. So, in most homes like this house, you got the floor running this way, and my floor joists run this direction. So, there's a beam in the crawl space, runs this way, goes down to piers, that holds up the floor. Then this wall, which is the center of the house right here, runs the length of the hallway, would be the load-bearing wall. It extends on up to the ceiling, basically right over the beam, down below, and supports the roof and the ceiling joists. Now, my house has trusses, so that makes it all different. A truss system is basically a triangular pre-built roof system, and it's all encompassing one. So your ceiling joists, your roof framing, and all your verticals, Wing or whatever you got going on in there to support all that is made off-site, brought in, and they sit on top of your house. In that case, it's stiff enough that you don't even need the center wall because it supports itself. Which is why I have this big open space right here, because it's self-supported. This beam right here is fake, by the way. It's not real. It's just a faux. It's just a, what do they call it? A faux beam. Yeah, it's fake. Because I have trusses. So if your house has trusses, you can pretty much take out every interior wall in your house most likely, and it'll be self-supportive. The roof will, and the ceiling. If you have a stick-framed house, now that's the difference. This is where it gets complicated here. A stick-frame house is where they built that wall, they built that wall, they built the wall in the center, maybe they put in some beams, whatever they had to do, and then they ran individual boards for your ceiling over to the center, and they sit them on top of the center wall. Well, in that case, that center wall is for sure supporting your ceiling. And the only way you can get rid of that wall is to put in some kind of beam system. Either below it notch them out, slide a beam up in there to hide it. As always, I always say call an expert if you're not sure. But you can climb up in your attic. If you have an attic access, you can climb up in there. You can usually tell Truss System. It's all uniformed all the way down the length of the house. You'll see that there's nice little W's or up and down boards, and they're all in the exact same spot from point to point. And they're usually 2 feet on center, so you got bigger span. If it's stick built, it's usually larger lumber, like 2x6s and up, depending on the spans. And usually the supporting isn't all in the same spot throughout. It's kind of jumbled. And then there'll be a ridge board. Okay, technical terms. The peak of the roof line will have a board running the length of it. And all the rafters, the boards that run up from the roof line, will run up and intersect into those. And that's technically what's holding up the roof. And then the ceiling is being held up by the wall. So those are your typical designs right there. Stick built or truss built roofing. If you have trusses like this house had, funny story, I've never seen this before, and I'm sure I've seen it more in Grand Junction than anywhere else. And I don't know why they did it, but when they built this house, they came in, they built the exterior walls, put the roof on it, and then they put all the sheetrock up on the ceiling. So there's just one big open space, and they put the sheetrock up. And then they framed all the interior walls up underneath the sheetrock. Very strange.
They weren't even really attached.
Yeah, no, which is weird because it doesn't add a lot of extra support for the walls. And then they put the sheetrock on the walls and they mud and taped it. And that's kind of what was holding the wall up against the ceiling. Very strange. I've never really seen it like that before until I got here. And I've seen several houses in this neighborhood that are done that way. Which is nice if you do want to take down walls because there's already sheetrock up there. It's great. Maybe they poked the wires that you got to pull up and reroute somewhere, but that's about it. So I'm trying to explain this as easy as possible. I lost my train of thought there for a second.
If you're not sure.
Yeah, if you're not sure, call an expert. Any contractor, any framing guy, any construction guy should have enough knowledge to be able to climb around in an attic, look down across spaces.
Let's not say any. Let's say most.
Well, okay, yeah.
I've seen a few.
I used to build houses. I framed them. I know what a load-bearing wall is.
I've seen a few that do not, though.
That's true. I have. Yes. So I know what those are. So I've seen a few, and there's most of your general contractors should know. If they're a general contractor, they should have the knowledge to know what that is. They should have framed a few things. Engineers should know. Just be advised if you call it an engineer, they're kind of expensive. They usually charge by the hour, and it's not cheap. But I'm willing to come out and look too for you to help you out on your planning stuff. So, but yeah. So hopefully that helps you out there. One of the things I should tell you too is, it's not that hard to put in hidden beams and things like this. You wouldn't know it here, but this house is actually, I say it's a big rectangle, but we're actually kind of an L shape. This over here is the L section of the house. So my trusses come down, let me figure out where, the wall was right about here originally. Come down right about here, and so the wall was right across here. Kind of like a little 3-foot door here and a little pass-through window right here from the old kitchen. And this was like, what was this, like a family room thing going on, I guess? And we wanted to open it up. So you had trusses coming this way, and then we got trusses running this way. Now these trusses I didn't worry about. But to take this wall down, what I had to do is I built a wall in front of it to support the ceiling. The trusses are there. Came in and ripped all the sheetrock down. Cut all the trusses back and reconfigured them. And then we slid a beam up in there and sit on the wall over there and over there. And that supports the roof and the ceiling. And so it's hidden, so it looks like it's just one big giant room. So it can be done. It's not that crazy. It's not that bad. I'm going to step over here on the other side of the tree. It can be done if you want to do it. So it's always an option. Or you can do a beam right underneath, like make that one real, but that's way undersized, to make it real. So hopefully that answers your questions. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Let's see. Oh, staircases. If you're looking at staircases, now that offers its own set of issues. Depending on which way they're running in the house, the walls on either side could be load bearing if the floor joists or the ceiling joists are coming to that point, or the wall at the end of the staircase right here could be load bearing if the floor joists are running that way. It's hard to say on those without having somebody look at that knows what they're really looking at. Let's see. I think that pretty much answers it as best as I can get it. So I'm going to wrap this up. If you have any questions, just post them in the comments down below. We'll try to answer them as best we can. Like I said, it's hard to always tell without looking at it, but that's the best explanations I can give for it. And hopefully that answers your questions. And we'll go from there, and we'll talk to y'all later. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.